Hello there everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. So today I'm going to be sharing with you this bold background. It uses the bold floral drape stamp set, but with a little bit of a difference because we are going to be colouring those little flowers in the background rather than stamping them with the stamp set. So to start with, I am going to be using the bold floral stamp, and I'm just going to be using the background piece, not the floral images. So I'm just going to pop this into place onto a piece of 4 1/4 by 5.5 cardstock. I am using my Misty because this is a large background stamp. So I'm going to ink this up using the permanent black ink because I am going to be colouring it with artist markers. So you're going to want to use an artist marker friendly ink, and this one works perfectly. So I'm just going to press that down, and I'm going to make sure that's nicely stuck down and pressed so all the ink transfers nicely. You can do 2 stampings if you wish. So once I have my piece, I'm then ready to colour, and I am going to be using the marker set A. So I'm going to be using the blues and greens. So to start with, I am going to start with the leaves, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of work out where these leaves are going. I'm going to add in the little details where the leaves end with the darkest marker, which is the evergreen, and I'm just going to add in a couple of flicks just to add in the centers and the base of those leaves. Once I have done with the evergreen, I'm then going to move on to the forest glade. So this is the medium green shade in the set, and I'm going to go over the darker shade that I've popped down, and I'm going to go further out towards the tips of the leaves with this colour. Once I've done that, I'm then going to take the frayed leaf marker, and this is the lightest green, and I'm going to go over the whole entire leaf, and this is going to help out blend the colours and make it really beautiful and a blended effect that way. So as you can see, I'm just going over the whole leaf, and I'm not going to worry too much about going over into that black because you're not going to be able to see this really light colour there. So I'm going to do exactly the same technique for all of the leaves. So to stop me jabbering on, I am going to add a little bit of music while this plays. So once I finished all the leaves and stems, I'm then going to move on to the flowers. Now I'm going to use exactly the same technique of trying to add in where the petals are going to be. So I'm going to take my darkest marker, this is the blue, and this is the desert night, and all I'm doing is I'm working out where my petals are going to be. So I'm firstly going to mark out the petals that are overlapping the ones that are there. So I'm kind of using a curved line. You don't want to add in really straight petals because petals do kind of go nice and curvy. So I'm adding those in first, and as you can see, I'm taking a little bit of time to do this. Once I've added the petals in, I'm then going to colour the image like you would usually. So I'm going to add in some of this darker marker towards the base of the petals and where the petals overlap. So as you can see, I'm just going to add it around that curved line and at the base of the petals. And I'm just going to keep moving my cardstock around because I do find that it's easier to move your cardstock rather than try and move your hand placement. So keep moving your cardstock rather than your hand, and you're going to be able to get a better colour in that way. So once I've added in the dark colour, I'm then going to move up through the shades, and this one is the ocean wave. So I've just missed out the dusk, and I'm just going to use 3 markers for this. So I'm going to use the desert night, the ocean waves, and also the sea glass. So as you can see, I'm going over the colour that I've already popped down there, which was the desert night, and I'm going over this completely with the ocean waves, and then going further into the image towards the tip of that petal. Once I've done that, I'm then going to go over the whole petal with the sea glass colour. So I'm just going to keep going with this until I have finished those petals, and then I'm going to do the petals that are on top. This is going to give you a really great no line colouring technique. So once I've done the base, the bottom petals, I'm then going to do the top ones. Again, the same as before, I'm going to use the desert night for the bases, and where the petals overlap. Then I'm going to use the ocean waves, and then I'm going to use the sea glass. As before, I'm going to pop on a little bit of music so you can see these petals come to life. So I'm nearing the end of my colouring now, and as you can see, I'm just going to finish that one off. Now some of these flowers go off the black outline or the background because I didn't stamp it correctly, but all I need to do to correct this is just take the jet black artist marker and I'm just going to colour in that bit that we have overhanging there. And here is the background complete. I really do love how these flowers look. I'm then going to take the framed thanks die, and I've cut this 3 times, twice out of jet black cardstock and then a 3rd time out of some gold mirror cardstock. And I'm just going to add these together to create a kind of stacked sentiment frame. So all I'm going to do is going to add my Altenew glue tape, and I'm just going to add these one on top of the other with the gold one on top because that's the one that you're going to be able to see. And the black is just going to be able to see around the edges. You could use white if you wanted to, but because I do have that black background, that's why I chose to use the jet black rather than white cardstock. So all I'm going to do again is just add some glue to the back of this and then add it into place. And here is the card complete. I really do love how this turned out. It's so bold and beautiful. I really do hope that you like the card and that you have enjoyed the video, as well as the technique. If you do create a card that was inspired by this, it would be great if you do share because we would love to see. If you do want to watch any more videos that we do upload to the channel, it would be great if you do subscribe, and you can watch a few more here as well. We really do hope that you have a beautiful day, and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye bye.